My name is Cassy Summers. Welcome to the Curious Universe podcast. Hi there. Welcome to the Curious Universe podcast. Today, we're going to explore something kind of new and we're going to see how it goes. This is something I haven't actually talked about in this way with anyone before, so I'm kind of excited to go in, get curious, and see what shows up. The topic is the kindness of beauty. Now, that kind of seems like the opposite of what beauty is, because I don't know about you, but growing up, I never really felt like there was this kind of beauty industry that was all about unkindness, that was all about judgment. It was all about making people wrong, making other people right, and creating these standards of perfection that were just not achievable by the majority of the population. So, and so many people being so unkind to their bodies and their own beauty. So, to look at this topic of the kindness of beauty is a little bit different, but I think we can go. Think we can go here today, at least a little bit. I start most podcasts and I ask consciousness, what would you like me to talk about today? And this came in like dynamic. So here we are. Let's explore. In my consciousness work with Access Consciousness, so those of you maybe new to the show or haven't heard much from me, I explore the tools and techniques of something called Access Consciousness. It's my jam. It's where all this like kind of magic comes from. And I recall Gary saying this, Gary Douglas, he's the creator of Access Consciousness. He said in one of his classes that almost like beauty brings out the greatness of people. And I was like, whoa, that is a totally different reality. And I desired to look into that more and explore it. And it made me actually think of like kids and babies, right? Have you ever noticed that even someone that's a little bit grouchy can't help but smile at like just this beautiful baby or a beautiful little 2-year-old that's just like, hi, and like being in all the beauty of that little body, it brings out something different in people. And beauty isn't just the physicality, it's also the beauty of the being that is connected to that body, but it's the beauty of the earth. Like, have you ever been having a challenging day and you see this, like maybe you're going for a hike or maybe you walk outside and there's like a beautiful sunset and it brings out the best in you? What if it draws out the beauty in you? And what if the best in you is the beauty in you? It is what is truly you. So this is something that I see as a kindness. So what if your beauty was a kindness to the world? What if your beauty brought out more beauty and kindness in others, just like the landscape, just like the sunset, just like, oh man, sometimes there'll be animals and you're like, what a beautiful animal, you're in awe of it. And it moves something within you. It brings something forward within you. What if you do that for other people and not because you fit into the beauty industry standards? Because that's not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about like this very different kind of beautifulness, this very different kind of beauty. It's this nurturing and this kindness that the beautiful energies are and share. And that's what you are when you're being you. When you're being that kid that's lit up and have so much joy. Like joy is an element of beauty, you know? And okay, so does beauty, sorry, I'm jumping around a little bit. Ca is beauty also represented aesthetically? Yes, it is. But again, not from this beauty standard. You have to kind of go where I want to go with you, if you're willing to explore this, we have to separate these two things. So we have to separate when you go to the word beauty, where you go to, okay, the beauty magazines, the beauty industry, the size zero, zero, zeros, negative zeros, right? And then if you're in a different country and culture, it might be completely different. It might be like butt implants and, like big giant curves. That's like the beauty. And you might be the size 000 in that country. So here we are. We have to separate these. We pull them and we bring them into their own categories, if you will. And then you can get a sense of, okay, this is beauty, as in a beautiful sunset, as in art forms, as in um, that warm hug from someone that just cares about you so much. These energies of beauty, but it also does translate to aesthetics, such as that beautiful horse and that beautiful, I'm not even going to say person, yeah, okay, and that beautiful tree. Maybe you have a beautiful like piece of jewelry that you really love, and you're like, I love the aesthetic of it. It's the shapes that it's taking, it's the colors, right? It's that. So we are bringing in the aesthetic, but that is separate from over here, where this is, you should, this is the height you're supposed to be, this is the weight you're supposed to be, this is the shape of your body, the color of your skin, the color of your eyes, the makeup you're wearing, like these industry things. This is not beauty. This is not actually beauty. This is a construct. So when you can get clear on like, okay, whoa, this is a construct, and then this is an awareness of an energy, of an actualization, like a physical actualization. But what they did is they put them together so that it was all blended and mixed up, which creates confusion, creates frustration. And for a lot of people, they either go into the rejection of it. You know what? I don't even care then. I even, I don't even want to explore beauty. Or they go the other way into the obsessive perfectionism of it. And they're like, I need to be beautiful or I'll be rejected. Okay. If you can pull them into their own worlds. Okay. This beauty, this beautiful acknowledgement of aesthetics, of energies, of infinite possibilities. And then over here, you're going to have all of the constructs of bodies and faces and even constructs of like design. I've seen like, like actually really love a lot of like modern aesthetic, but there's certain like trending where I'm like, it's void for me of any beauty. It's like that to me is not beautiful, but it is from this standard, right? So even art, like there could be art where it's like it's in the construct of beauty, but it doesn't have the energy of beauty that goes with the aesthetic of beauty. Yeah? Okay, cool. So here we are. We're getting really clear on these two different, very different things. And we're going to clear everywhere you misidentified and misapplied these, and everywhere you glopped and glommed them together. Will you destroy and create that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, bullets, creations, spaces, and beyonds. That, my friend, is the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. Those weird words I just said, Right, wrong, good, and bad. That's the Access Conscious Clearing Statement. If you've never heard of them before, if you want more information, please go to theclearingstatement.com. There's a beautiful video on there and it deep dives into all the different things. But just for today's purposes, it is a statement that clears energy. And the more you can clear out the stuck and limiting energies, then you start to have freedom, you start to have space, you start to have more awareness and more consciousness, right? So here we are. And now let's just take this whole construct of beauty and what is beautiful and what it means to be beautiful, and we're going to push it over here. There's so many implants. I just, as I'm pushing it over here, I'm like, wow, like, how many songs have you listened to that have like, this is what it is to be beautiful? And how many compliments or things have you heard other people give, either you or someone else, about what it means to be beautiful that don't actually match your awareness of it? So everything you did to allow those implants to be implanted in the first place, everything you align and agree with or resist and reacted to, will you just trying to create that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all 100, shorts, boys, poets, creation, spaces, beyonds, and just push it even further away, all the way out of the room. You can just sit over there. If you want to pick it up at the end of it, you can pick it back up, but it's going like all the way. Okay. So now here you are, and now we're just going to pull this in front of us. Okay. So this is like the awareness of beauty. This is the energy of beauty. Okay. And and again, it's that miraculous sunset that's just like, oh, wow. And it brings more of you forward. It brings more of your beauty forward. Maybe it's you, okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about bodies. I don't know how far we can go in this podcast. Let's see, let's explore. I always follow the energy. So if I don't go in a certain direction, it's because that's where consciousness is leading me not to go. Sometimes we have to actually kind of dive in deeper in more of a class format than a podcast format. But I've gotten away with quite a bit on these podcasts. I'm actually pretty proud of this podcast and where we've been able to go with consciousness. So thank you so much for being a part of this. So the beauty of the body. So the body has its own aesthetic, right? So what is that aesthetic? It's how something appears. So it's like the shape of the body, the colors of the body. These are the things that like make up the aesthetic of something, just like a tree or a piece of art or a piece of jewelry or a wall. It's like it's all these shapes and colors and textures that create the aesthetic of something. It's how it's showing up and appearing in your how you visually are receiving this information, right? Okay. So now if you had no beauty standard, if you had no of like what it was supposed to be like, how much more kindness could you have for your body's aesthetic? Wow. And so if you're willing to have that kindness with beauty, with your own beauty, how much more kindness could you have with other people's beauty and their bodies? And how much can beauty become a kindness in the world? Like for me, if I enter a space that is, let's say, like a hoarder's uh, fantasy, like there's just stacks of stuff everywhere. That is for me, it is so discordant and there's so many kind of energies kind of talking to me. It is not a kindness for me to spend a lot of time in those spaces, those physical spaces. It's not kind for me and my body. We don't enjoy them. And it's like that discordant energy is just kind of vibrating all around me. And I can spend a little bit of time in them, but I would not live in that home, right? And so, but how many of us have so much stuff around or all these things going around? Or I used to have this couch and I hated this couch. I hated it. It represented so many things to me. And it took me so long but I didn't want to invest in a new couch because I had this point of view about how expensive they were and I had other things that I wanted to be spending my money on. But one day I realized, I'm like, wow, it's actually not kind to me to have this couch here. It would be kinder to me to have a more beautiful living arrangement because having a beautiful space for me is so kind. It is kind to my being. It is kind to my body. And again, going into that, how is that kindness? But it is. It creates a harmony for me. It creates joy and pleasure and expansiveness for me. So then I chose, I got rid of that couch and bought this beautiful, like deep gray velvet couch. It's like, and it's huge. And me and both my kids can lie on it at the same time. And I love it. I just like, I run my hands. Everyone that comes and sits on my couch will just like rub their hands on it. And I can perceive their world altering from the beauty of this couch. Now, is this couch of the preference of everyone? No, of course not. They enjoy the beauty of it, but not everyone would actually like this particular couch in their home. Maybe they have a different color scheme. Maybe their bodies require something completely different. And we have heights, we have all things going on here. But the beauty of my couch is such a kindness to all the bodies that come into its presence. What if your body was that, no matter what you've been told about your aesthetic, no matter what you've been told about the beauty standards that you fit into or don't fit into, what if someone just gazing at the beauty of your body and your being embodied was kind to them? I know, like when I used to like dress my kiddos up and I'd be like, oh my God, like you're so beautiful. And it's like they're already beautiful, just naked little bundles of joy, right? But then you put on something that's so congruent with their body and they're just like, getting into this like different energy, especially for some reason, onesies, like my boys in onesies. Oh my God, just over the top and it would combine. So it would like amplify the beauty, which is what I feel like for me, jewelry and clothing can do, can amplify the beauty of my body. When I, have a fresh haircut, put waves in my hair, it's amplifying the beauty that already exists. And in that amplification, I'm just being even kinder to myself and being kinder to everyone that is willing to receive it. Now, not everyone's willing to receive the kind of beautiful that you are, but that doesn't make it less beautiful. That doesn't make it less valuable. It's just that a lot of people don't know how to receive anything, let alone beauty. They can barely receive a hug or uh, the sun on their face, you know? So if your beauty was a gift, if your beauty was a total kindness, those that can receive it will receive it. But part of that starts with you actually acknowledging the kindness of it, the kindness of your kind of beautiful. And it's your body and your being. It's not one or the other. You can't separate them. You can't just have a beautiful being and then ignore the body or be like, my body is perfect, but my being is shit. It's actually this coming together, this co-creation is when the true beauty shows up in physical actualization. Wow. So, what if you were willing to be a lot more kind to your kind of beautiful, your kind of beauty? Have a lot more kindness with that. And what if you were willing to acknowledge the kindness that your beauty is to the world when you're willing to show it? And showing it does not mean the perfection, the beauty standards. It doesn't mean like, oh, now I have to wear makeup or now I have to dress like put fancy earrings on. No, whatever it is for you, whatever it is that gives you that sense of, my body is so beautiful. whatever that is for you is what is true for you. Yeah. Woo. How exciting to be exploring this topic with you. Thank you. Um, there's so many possibilities in this area, and this is really, truly like just dipping a toe into this universe that we could be exploring. And I'm grateful that we started this conversation. Thank you so much for joining me on the Curious Universe podcast, where we bypass the structures of reality, like beauty standards, so you can create your own reality. It's truly available for you. I will see you in the next episode. If you love this, please share it with a friend. Please hit the subscribe button, put a comment in below. I really, truly appreciate your support. Bye for now. Thank you for exploring the curious universe with me. Your curiosity matters. And what if together we could create a greater, more curious world?